Good morning, welcome to another episode of Bubba's Tango 18. I'm Bubba and this is the build. Hey, you see what? We got a color change. Fully coated the hull with high build primer. We did that yesterday. And today we have a few spots that we need to take care of that are tiny little gouges or scratches that showed up after we primed, which was part of the intention of priming, to get it all one universal coat of color so we could see these imperfections. Go ahead and mix up some Total Fair, give it a little sand in the areas, and then apply the Total Fair and fill it up. Alright, now that we've gotten this all coated, it's one universal color, now we can go back and identify imperfections that we're able to see with this. So we can come back, mix up some more filler, and press it into these areas. I'm going to go ahead and take my pencil and mark out a few while we're looking. Got this one right here. This is a slight ridge right here. Didn't see that previously, so we're going to throw a little circle around there. We're going to fill it in on this side. All right. And again, whether or not you can see it on the camera, got spot, a spot, a spot, a little bit of area right here, clearly a gouge. Right, now these might get filled in with more primer. If we just mix up some Total Fair, we can just, you know, basically take a razor blade and fill these little imperfections in. Hit it with some 220 and be done with it. Yep, that right there. That looks like some weave. Now again, I'm putting a barrier coat on top of this, so it doesn't have to be perfect. Slight imperfections right here I want to fill. Again right here, and a little bit right here. Right here big time. And right in here. All in all, I mean, I think I've got this pretty fair. I think it looks really good. I think it turned out quite nice. And once we come in here and hit this again with the just a little bit, and touch up those areas, hit it with some 220, run 220 over this whole hull, make it really nice, and then we can hit it with the barrier coat, and then a blade of paint in white, which is going to bring us right up to this edge, and then we can start on the sides and get this baby flipped over so we can start doing the woodworking. Yeah, I still have woodworking to do. Alright, we're going to mix up a very small batch. I need to teach myself what that is. Probably literally that. Alright, so as you can see, we still have a few low spots that we had to, the hull was actually looking pretty darn good. Had some pinholes and little values we needed to hit. I had a little extra on my board, so I went ahead and filled in this spot right here, and then down on the bow a little bit. So I'm gonna hit get my new favorite long block. I'm gonna hit that with some 60.
All right, we got some new paper on the Durablock. We'll hopefully make some quick work of this.
So I was sanding the hull sides with my Durablock with 60 grit, and everything's smooth except for I have a dip right here. High, low, high. So I'm gonna I want to build this middle part up and flare it out over here to get this curve back in it. Alright, we'll go with that. See where that gets us here in a couple hours. We've added in some extra filler in this spot in order to build it up as we have a compounded radius. So I had a wavy spot, so it was curving, but in the middle of the curve it had a little indentation. So I built that up with some filler. I'm going to hit it with some 60, work up to the 220, and then I'm going to do the whole boat in 220 and get it ready for barrier coat. The next step is barrier coat. So, all right. So from yesterday we built this up I'm gonna block it out with 60. I tried to create a high spot in here just because it was a complex compounded curve. So let's see if we can keep this. Alright, I've got after sanding, the dark spot is the low. So I'm going to come in here and skim coat this again, try and build it up a little bit more. I've got a spot down there as well. Let me prep some filler. I can visually see this dip. I want to fill in. I need to fill it in and stop sanding it back out. Gotta figure out a better way to, maybe a better angle. Definitely want to work on making the sides perfect or as perfect as possible. And they're getting there. I would say that the back half of this side of the boat is actually really nice. It doesn't really have an issue till you get to this spot right here where the scarf joint was, or is. And then from there over here to where I just did that patch, and then up there's pretty good. So really, I mean, this area up in here is pretty nice. I'm just keep on worrying about this because when this boat is right side up, I mean, hopefully when the rail is done, the beautiful varnish takes your eyes off the side of the boat, but I'm pretty sure you're going to be able to look at right down the side of this boat and see a wave in it. So I want to try to negate that as much as possible. You know, I'm pretty happy with where we're at right now. I really want to get this side of the boat blocked out with 60, where it feels good with a bag test, and then hit it with primer. Then when that's done, 220 everything, and then hit it with the barrier coat. Let that dry, tape it out, figure out exactly where I'm going with the white bottom. Paint the bottom of it white. Get ready for the blue hull sides. So I'm going to do my brushing additive, roll it and tip it, and then hopefully we get this bad boy flipped over. Finish the top sides, inside and top side.